From Temptation Island to Perfect Match, here she is. It is Alex Zamora on Reality Alert with Max and Ben, the Big Rascals. Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. How are you?
We're good. We're happy to see you. We were hoping we could get you on the podcast to talk because we've covered two shows that you've been on now. Which show did you enjoy being on more?
I've been getting this question a lot. I feel like the two shows were so different, even though I did come in as kind of that like bombshelly steal your man vibe in both. Just like the layout of them was super different. I did get to spend obviously more time during Temptation Island, so I feel like that was just its own experience. But Perfect Match was a bit more bougie, and then obviously like a better selection of men. So I don't know. It's like apples to oranges here. I don't know.
That's what Olivia said too. Was the selection of men for Temptation Island was not. It wasn't there.
It was bad. It was bad.
It wasn't the best, and then also as like they were in relationship.
Yeah, quote unquote relationships.
Quote unquote, they were in relationships. So it's like we're already losing at that point. So.
Who imparted more wisdom, Nick Lachey or Mark Wahlberg, to you specifically?
Mark Wahlberg. We love Nick Lachey. He's so cool, but I didn't get to really spend that much time with him. I would say, even though Mark Wahlberg was partial, obviously, to the girls in the other house based on the way the show goes, everybody knows that if you've seen Temptation Island, you know Mark Wahlberg obviously is there as like the dad figure. He was also very, very sweet to even the girls that are supposed to be stealing the men and whatever. So I was actually on his podcast not too long ago, and it was really cool because we were able to show like our dynamic of he doesn't hate us. I think everybody just assumes like, oh, because you were on the other side of the fence, automatically everybody hates you. But we're actually human beings too. Like that.
I couldn't imagine Mark Wahlberg hating.
No, he loves the
sweet.
He loves the temptresses and the tempters and stuff. Yeah, no, he's all about the whole show. Yeah. Would you like to be on a show where you don't have to steal somebody's man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Did you see it coming that they were going to bring you in late to be like a tempter?
You know, I was hoping not, but I think one thing about Perfect Match, the production is so hot. Like everything is so calculated and really done well. And they really made it seem like you don't know who's there. You don't know any of your other castmates. You don't know when you're going in. You don't know if people are already in. Like you are literally like in your own little bubble. And so with that, I was hoping I was going to be main cast so people could finally really like get to know my character and my personality and who I am as a person rather than just like, oh, steal your man for 5 seconds and then I get whatever. It's like, oh, she got rejected. That's not the case, but that's what it looks like. So it didn't happen. I guess I give bombshell energy to an extent, but like not really. I don't like to like try very hard. I don't ever have to really try very hard. Just like get men's at.
If it makes you feel better, I don't think people remember you as like the girl that got rejected. They remember you as the threesome girl. Like that's like your brand, you know, on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
Perfect Match. I got a lot of comments after the fact. They're like, why are you so obsessed with threesomes? I'm like, well, conveniently, that's the one part of like an hour-long conversation that they want to show because, yeah, that's already like the brand of what was associated with me as a person. Like, yeah, who doesn't love a good threesome? But it's like not my whole personality by any means.
It was a very big moment in Temptation Island that season. So, you know, I think it makes sense that it's talked about a lot.
That was my next question. Why are you so obsessed with threesomes? You know, you only talk about threesomes.
You know.
Like when you exit the house, you say, me and my husband will have threesomes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't say that though
You said it.
Did you watch my mouth my mouth was closed.
So you're saying they spliced that in.
So my question that I wrote down actually was, Did you say that of your own accord, or did the producers say like, okay, you're leaving, can you talk about threesomes again? Like, that's what we know you as. So you didn't say it at the time?
No. I don't know when that was said.
That's crazy.
Some type of conversation. That's why I thought, I'm like, oh my God, of course. It's put in right now. I'm like, that looks interesting. It's
wow.
But whatever. If it helps make it entertaining and everyone's like, what the fuck? Because when I watched it, can I cuss? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can do whatever.
I was like, what the fuck? How does that have to do with
it? My God.
You could talk about threesomes, but you can't cuss. No, I'm just
yeah.
I have a potty mouth, so sometimes I'm like, oh, wait, can I say that?
No, we do. Yeah, you can do it, or it's fine. I don't care.
We curse all the time.
Yeah.
That
is that's so funny. Yeah, we saw a TikTok that you put out where you said that everyone thinks that you're a 304, which we had to look up, which on the calculator spells out hoe.
We're not.
But you're actually celibate most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah, I would say that I am celibate, yes.
So do you feel that you're misrepresented on reality TV?
I wouldn't necessarily say misrepresented because I am a very sex positive person. I think that that's the difference that people are not quite grasping, or maybe based on how what I'm saying is being construed. It's like, oh, she just leads with sex and everything has to do with sex. Like, we get it. I'm hot. I'm sexy. I'm sex positive. But do I need to like sleep with everyone? And there's nothing wrong. Like, if you are a person that sleeps around, like, I have no issue with that. I don't think there's any, like, I don't think anything less of a person if they do. But in terms of like me as a person, I don't sleep around. So I think just the way that I am portrayed is like, oh, she just has sex with anything that breathes, which is like not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did have a conversation with Breon on Temptation Island. I'm just curious, were you actually have it?
Before the girlfriend I have now. Mm-hmm. This is exactly how I fuck women. I'm gonna play that cool role.
And that's me too. Like, I fuck my friends.
Bro, I fuck full friend groups.
There's a level of comfortability there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like we would fuck, and then they would then they're back to being my friend.
So do you feel that it's just like it's just like it's like I feel like I believe you. I feel like it's just like you get caught up in like this portrayal where I'm like, oh yeah, she fucks like, it's like you kind of get lumped in with like Breon's like sexual energy.
Yeah, I didn't say like I fuck whole friend groups by any means, but I did say that I have hooked up with, and not all of my friends. Let me clarify that.
Yeah.
Like, in the past, have I hooked up with my friend or friends in specific scenarios where I'm like, oh, we're just like comfortable and close. Yeah, like I don't see anything wrong with that. But then I also can go back to just being your friend and it not be anything more. I think
yes,
just a very like, oh, it is what it is kind of a
yeah.
So yeah, I do agree. It's I don't think there's anything wrong with that either, though. It's just like
no, I don't think you're giving off the fact that you are. I don't think that we're giving off the fact that we are. And by the way, this whole interview is not going to be about this. It just went that way, and I'm not.
No, it's okay. I like verifying, and I'm happy and very thankful that you're asking the questions, because I think a lot of people don't ask the questions, and then they just make these assumptions, and it's like, oh my gosh, Alex is a horrible person who just whatever, blah blah blah. So no, this is why I like going on the podcast. I like getting to know you guys, and I like the fact that you actually genuinely want to get to know me, because I think that is part of the issue with the dating shows, and then also with some podcasts.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh, you're the sex girl. Let's do the sex interview. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that too, but it's like there's more to me than just that.
Yeah, well, we're not that. We're not those guys.
No, the first video I saw of you guys actually had commented, right? We like something about like, oh, I love a sex positive.
Oh yeah. We're talking.
Oh my God. I saw like you made a comment about me, and you're like, love that for her. And
you said your guilty pleasure was blowjobs, and we just, we disagreed with the, the guilty part. So, so did you know anybody else besides Olivia before going into filming?
Personally?
Yeah, personally. Like, had you met anyone?
No. Cody. But like, actually, did I meet Cody? No, I met Cody on Perfect Match. I knew of Cody because he was on Temptation Island, but I actually had not met him until Perfect Match.
Oh, I forgot that Cody was on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. A lot of us did.
But he was on the other side. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He also, I did not remember him or Olivia from the show, so that checks out.
Yeah, you probably didn't interact with the other side for Temptation Island until after they wrapped, right?
Yeah, after we had wrapped, we got let go in like bunches. So whatever group was let go at the same time is like who you got to hang out with. And because I was let go like the day before the last elimination, we were all kind of like one big group at that point. So I got to meet a bunch of people then.
How long after Temptation Island filmed did you film Perfect Match?
Temptation Island filmed in May of 2024, and then Perfect Match was September, I believe. So only a couple months in between.
So when you arrive on this show, you go on a date with Louie. How was this date for you?
Oh, it was so good. I'm a very spontaneous person. I'm very high energy. I'm very kind of like ADHD vibes. And I had a crush on Louie beforehand. Obviously, he's gorgeous. He's nice to look at. And it seems like he has a good energy and a good banter. And that's exactly like kind of what we had established during that date. You didn't get to really see a lot of it. You saw little glimpses of like us just being like goofy, but we both had said we almost wish it was like an active date rather than like so intimate, because when you put two people that have raging ADHD like in such an intimate setting and then there's like cameras in your face, it's like it was a bit awkward at first because we were like trying to be goofy and then they're like, can you like be like more like tone it down. But I think our dynamic from the date was really good, and I did actually expect to be brought into the house at that point, but I was being respectful. You know me, like I hate the whole like girls girl, not girls girl in reality TV, and I just saw a TikTok about it and someone was like, fuck all that girls shit, like you're all there to like do what's best for you, and I kind of like do agree with that. But in that scenario, I'm like, all right, I did my big one on Temptation Island. Clearly, everyone had a fucking uproar and wanted to kill me, but it's fine. Here, I'm going to at least go into it with a more, like, wholesome approach. So when he told me that he... Did you hear that? I'm so sorry. I don't know what that was.
No.
It was, like, a really loud sound. When he had told me that him and his match had a strong connection and they were, like, open, but, like, pretty like locked in, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to then just wait until I go into the house after the date and kind of like observe how they interact before I do anything, because on that date there were multiple times where Louie was like going to kiss me. I think you can see it at one point, and then when he was like, oh, like don't look at me like that, something like that, he like went to like lean in and then like stopped himself. Like, there were a lot of moments where like we could have kissed and then we just like stopped, or we both like laughed. I think when he had the cup like right here too, when he was like drinking, where his cup like touching his leg, there were a lot of moments that we could have kissed that we didn't. And I purposely was like, I'm gonna be respectful because you're telling me that you're locked in to an extent, and I'm gonna be respectful of that. But then I went in the house and I saw their dynamic. I'm like, this is bullshit.
So you did or you didn't think you had a chance of making it into the house?
I did.
You did. So
you guys had chemistry.
Yeah, you touched his leg, and he was really into that.
He was really into that.
He made that sound.
Yeah, it was funny because I didn't expect. I felt like, because I had seen his 2 seasons of Too Hot to Handle at that point, I hadn't really seen Louie get like nervous, but in our date, I did feel like he was kind of like unsure of himself, which kind of threw me off a little bit. That part, yeah.
You made him sound like.
Yeah.
When you return to the house, you tell Louie that the two of you could have threesomes because that's your brand and it's all that you talk about. Who are you thinking your third could be? Did you pitch him a third in the house?
let me clarify, because I was just on TMZ's podcast also, and I did clarify this. When I was talking about that, I wasn't necessarily saying like with Louie. I said like I think my words were like if I'm gonna lock you in like as a husband, like that's more so like what I was saying. There's an openness to me that like I do enjoy hooking up with girls, so it's like more of that vibe. It's not like throuple. Like I'm the wife. I call the shots. I pick the girl. And like I think what a lot of people say, we can go down a rabbit hole. But what I would say is a lot of people were kind of criticizing me and saying like, oh, you would only have a threesome to please your husband or to like, but like if it's my idea, how is it? That doesn't really make sense to me. But it wasn't with Louie. Let me clarify. Like I didn't say like, oh, let's have a throuple, because I'm not into like throuple. I'm into like, if I think a girl's hot, I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah,
that's an idea that I'm coming up with. Like I don't want to know her name. I don't want to have her Instagram. I don't want to know like I don't want to know anything about you. Like
oh yeah, no, and it didn't sound like you were pitching a throuple. It sounded like he was pitching a throuple. You didn't say throuple. You said threesome. I was just wondering if you had an idea of somebody in the house of the threesome, because a threesome was brought up. So it seems that somebody in the house would be involved.
No, there is that. That wasn't the vibe.
Oh, you're smiling. Who is it?
No, that wasn't the vibes, I swear.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't pitch that to him in that scenario.
You were like, marry me tomorrow, and then we'll figure it out. But first, we have to match.
I'm 20. I'm old. I went into it more like, oh, this could be a really fun experience, and I think Louie and I would have had a lot of fun. But it's not like not trying to marry him necessarily.
Did you feel that Sandy was playing intense defense that night?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There was a lot that wasn't shown. And I already said this on another podcast, so whatever.
Well, fuck these other podcasts.
No, I'm saying like if I get in trouble, whatever, because I already said it. But
okay. But also fuck these other podcasts, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Sandy and I did get into it a little bit in the house that they didn't show, but I think it would have made great TV.
What happened? Did you accidentally call her Jessica?
No.
Okay.
No, she was just like the moment where I was like looking over the ledge, you know?
Yeah.
She was like yelling. She was like yelling about me and like kind of me names. And so I had gone down and like called her out on it. And then we cleared it up and everything, which is fine. But do I think that she was playing? Yeah. Because that's what Louie wanted. Louie wanted like a reaction. He said he doesn't like drama, but then it was like he loved drama.
Of course.
Like he wanted a girl to like scream over him and like be upset.
What did she call you?
She called me the B word, but like she said it was in an endearing way, and then we like talked through it, and I was like, all right, whatever, it's like not that big of a deal. But I was like, interesting. Yeah, we're cool. We're cool. We like wish we could have saw it on TV. We both agreed on that. Yeah.
Is that why when Louie and Sandy were entering the final ceremony, you made the gagging?
Okay,
face?
that didn't happen either.
Okay, spliced in again?
I don't even know what I did that to, but it wasn't her. I'm not like a bitch like that. And that's immature. Like, I'm not immature like that. If anything, I would have just rolled my eyes. Like, I wouldn't have like made a gagging face at her.
So that was out of context from something completely different than this.
I didn't even watch the finale until like 2 days ago, maybe, or yesterday, whatever day it was. I don't even know. And I was so many people like texted me, and I got tagged in comments, and it's like, you're a mean girl, blah, 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 blah. like a million messages. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Is that why when they matched for the final time, you rolled your eyes?
I didn't watch it that intense. I don't know.
Well, I did. You rolled your eyes. So do you think that
maybe that was spliced in too?
At like the big mixer when they match, it's like the final match ceremony. You rolled your eyes pretty distinctly. Do you think that was why, or was that also out of context?
The big mixer. Oh,
that one was legit.
I know that one was probably legit, but because it's I already knew. I'm like, oh, they're just like sticking together just because it's like convenient, not because. I'll just say it like that, I guess, because
because they want to make the final thing.
They had to get into that top 6.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you ever come close to matching with somebody else besides Louie that night? Did you have a backup plan?
On the final mixer?
No, let's go back to when you first entered the house.
When I first entered. I was pretty locked in on Louie, honestly.
Okay.
I felt out of everybody there, once I got to like talk to everybody, I felt like Louie was probably the easiest target to get in. And then also I did vibe with him, I feel like the most. And then everyone, it was weird because at that point, right, I didn't know like how long everyone had been paired up. I was meeting so many people so fast. It was hard to like really process the information that was being told to me. So everybody seemed like they were married. And so I made a comment, I remember, and I'm like, why am I even here? Like everybody's so locked in, like no one even wanted to talk to me. And watching it back now and hearing like all the commentary on how the girls were like insecure and oh my God, I tried to like not get her in the house and blah, blah, blah. Like it all makes sense now. But when I went in, it was super awkward. None of the guys wanted to like leave their girl's side to talk to me. So I had to be like, hi, like we need to have a conversation because I haven't talked to you yet. It was like pulling teeth, like getting them away from their girl, which I think obviously the girls didn't want them to talk to me. So then they felt awkward and then it was like super awkward. All of them were playing extreme defense in it. Now watching it back, it makes a lot of sense. But no, that first night, I didn't think I had really a chance to match with anybody else other than Louie because everyone seemed pretty locked in and Louie was the most like.
Is there anything else we missed from your time in the house that you witnessed?
It was pretty chaotic. I think there was like a lot more like arguing than like people saw. Between I felt actually uncomfortable. Like I'm a very like grounded.
Between the couples?
Yeah, like just it felt very uneasy. I don't know.
Who was arguing the most, did you feel like?
AD and Ollie.
Daniel and Lucy.
All of them.
All of them? Yeah.
All of them. I felt like everyone had kind of like their own weird like little things going on.
And you were in there pretty early on. It was like episode 3 or 2 or something. Yeah, that's crazy.
And so like, why are these people? It didn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm like, I've seen the show. I'm a big fan of the show. And usually people do kind of like switch up and like test the waters and like talk to other people. And in this scenario, I was like, I'm the first date. I know that for a fact because I was told that. Like, this is the first date. I'm like, why are these people not more open to like even having a conversation with me? It was very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about this a little on our Patreon this week, that Sandy, the way she talks about Louie on the show and even after the show, it's like she thought they were gonna get married or something. Like she talks very intimately about him in that way.
Really?
Yeah, she seems kind of jealous about the whole Hutta thing, so it's very interesting.
I would back Sandy in the way I personally don't think it's jealousy.
Okay, I would trust you. I would trust you.
I mean, I don't want to like speak on behalf of Sandy, but I will say I think Louie was selfish in doing what he did. Yeah, I will say that also, because it's like we already had one storyline be public before the show even came out. AD and Ollie, everybody knew they already had a baby on the way and they're engaged, and we're all very happy for them. But then it's like now you ruined, I think, the next juiciest storyline because it's like me versus Sandy, but then now you screwed up both of it's like, and then you had another dating show on the way that got posted during this, and it's like, well, clearly none of this works out. And then the response that we got from the viewers, like from Sandy and myself, is like, well, we already know like it doesn't work out for either of you, so like why would we even care?
I guess that's fair. I guess for us it was just like it's perfect match and we just think it's like a fun show, so we didn't really mind personally, but I could see the other I could see other fans caring, you know. What?
You would think so. I think people don't understand with Perfect Match, not you guys, but like in general, the viewership doesn't understand. It's like a lot more of like a strategy show than like dating per se. Like, yeah, it's dating, but it's like you're trying to win something. So everyone's trying to like make it look like they're more obviously invested in and in love than they actually are because they want to be the perfect match, which I personally don't understand, because if you're not fighting for a cash prize and you have to go on a trip with the person that you win with, I'm like, what's the incentive if you don't actually like them?
Yeah,
a trip
you're not going to stay with them.
Cool. If it's like somebody that you actually fuck with and someone that you're like, oh, we could potentially grow something together. If not, then like what are you fighting for? Screen time.
Yeah, but I do understand your viewpoint as cast members, why that would be irritating, especially because you have to keep aspects of your lives private and then he just goes so public, so that does make sense. So getting to Guy's Day, you connect with Louie again. Did you think after that day, which we'll get into, that you had a chance of matching with Louie then?
To a certain extent, but at the same time, I still already had that understanding that like everyone's like locked into their match to try to stay safe. I think personally, that's how I felt. Everyone was just playing it safe. And then during the Guys' Day, they get this like, ooh, big hurrah, like we're without our girls. But then it's like, I already kind of had a feeling he was gonna go back to her anyways. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just have fun.
So Louie says on this day when the guys huddle up that you are more his type than Sandy. Do you think that's true?
100%, yeah.
How so?
Sandy's obviously beautiful. I mean, there's no denying, like, she's a beautiful girl. She's very mature, I would say. She has different wants and needs. She's at a different place in her life specifically. I think where she's more like long-term relationship oriented, I would say, is where her and I are different as of right now. I'm more of like a spontaneous, fun, high energy person, aside from just like physical looks. Obviously, like we have a very different aesthetic and very different whatever, but in terms of like what we're even looking for in the moment, I think it would have even just made more sense for Louie and I to pair up, because we both are just like having fun and just like a vibe, not necessarily looking for like marriage, you know what I mean? So it didn't really make sense to me once I got to see their dynamic and how they interact. I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. What are you even doing? But it's like, yeah, of course, everybody wants screen time. So it's like, you're going to pretend like you want the same things, but it's like,
yeah.
And then we found out he's like on another dating show. And then it's like, now he has a whole relationship. So it's like, whatever.
Sounds like him.
Yeah, no.
That's Louie for you. Yeah.
What didn't we see from Guy's Day? What was left on the cutting room floor?
I don't know how much I can say without.
You can say whatever you want here. NDAs don't apply on reality.
There was a lot that happened that honestly was not shown. Without saying too much, I guess I'll just say, speak on behalf of myself personally. I did have more people that I kissed during that day than just the people that were shown. I think it showed me kissing 3 people. I kissed Louie, obviously, Hannah in the 3-way kiss, and then Olivia. I in total kissed 5 people.
Oh. And
I'm not going to say whether they were girls or boys, but I kissed 5 people, not 3.
Can you say the letters of what their names started with?
I don't know if I can say that.
Does the person's name rhyme with Dolly?
With Dolly?
Yeah, does it rhyme with Ollie?
Does it rhyme with Dolly?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. No.
Okay, it's not Ollie. Okay.
No, that would have literally caused the chaos. No. That one I knew better. No, he didn't kiss anybody other than AD that day. No.
Oh, I think Olivia might have told us yesterday some. Oh yeah, we know one of the people that you kissed. We know number 4.
Oh.
We don't know 5. We heard of a little swap that happened. So
whoa!
Yes.
We know about the swap.
Yes, we know the swap.
Okay, then you know already. You don't gotta ask me.
Well, we know. I don't think we know 5. I think we know 4, right?
Yeah, we know Daniel.
We know Daniel.
You said it. Not. I didn't say anything.
You didn't.
I did not say.
You don't need to confirm or deny that, but we know.
And then the 5th was a girl, actually.
Oh.
Oh, Olivia. So that
was already included.
QT.
I said Olivia and Hannah.
Olivia, Hannah, QT. Would it be QT? No, it wouldn't be QT.
No?
Who else is there?
I don't know. Next
question.
AD?
Oh my God, it was AD. Wow. Damn. That makes sense. AD had to let loose a little bit. So that means this is what I was thinking about. If Louie also kissed Olivia, that means when he allegedly told Sandy the truth, he didn't completely tell her the truth, because he said that he kissed 2 women in a dare and you outside of the game. So he did not mention that he kissed Olivia outside of the game, at least in the edit.
I think theoretically that would be accurate, what you said.
Yep.
If that was the case, that would be theoretically accurate, yes.
Okay.
He got all this props for telling the truth, but he didn't. He lied.
All men do, right?
We got him.
What?
Do you think AD should have kept her pinky promise to Ollie and kept her mouth shut? It was a pinky promise.
About what?
She gave Ollie a pinky promise and said she would keep her mouth shut about everything she saw on Boys' Day, and she wouldn't say a word. And then she blabbed about it. She broke her pinky promise.
No, I expected AD as a girl to tell.
As a girl's girl?
I think in that scenario, I know I hate that shit.
She's not a pick-me, okay?
No, I think I expected her to, and I think Louie was saying it to say it because he already knew, like. But then I respect AD for telling them, right? But then also she was like, how much do you know and do you want to know? She didn't just like flat out just like, this is what happened, blah, 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 and went down the line of receipts.
Well, just never make a pinky promise with her, okay? Because she won't keep it. Just be careful, okay?
It's pinky promises I do hold very, very high.
She doesn't.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was this big mixer like at the house with you, with the whole cast?
A shit show? In what ways is it like?
Do tell us about it.
It was wild. Just not understanding, I guess, the dynamics, because a lot of our shows hadn't come out yet. So that's what everyone's like, oh, no one wanted to talk to Alex because she's just known as the hoe who had a threesome. But like, no one knew that. So like, knock that off the table. That's not even a thing. Nobody even knew about that. No one knew anything about me. So I think going into it, I don't watch The Bachelor. I don't watch really like reality TV other than like Perfect Match, like Too Hot to Handle or whatever. So I didn't know about, and then like the Ultimatum hadn't come out, and like Love is Blind hadn't come out. So it's like all these people don't really like know who the other people are for the most part, or like some people did and like knew about Clayton and Rachel, and some people knew about like JR and Sandy, and like I was just like, I have no idea. I'm just in here just trying to like get to know everyone and have fun. But it was interesting because like I think everyone was there for like different reasons. I guess some people were actually trying to find connections, but at the same time, like at the end of the day, let's just be so honest. Like everyone's like trying to get screen time. Like
Sure.
It's the reality of it. It's like everyone is to a certain extent. So it was interesting because like then it's like then you start like vibing with people and then you're like, wait, you're not even in the house. So like are we trying to like even like I need to go like talk to someone. I don't know. It was a very interesting scenario to be all thrown in one place and like not really have that much time, or it wasn't really facilitated. And then what felt hard, I think, was like the couples that were coupled up already at that point. Like it's so late in the process, like they were like so locked in, like they didn't want to play games, they didn't want to do anything, they didn't want to talk to anybody else. And then what the, I guess, like single bombshelly people felt was like, well, why are we even here if like you don't want to interact with us? Like now we're just like vibing with ourselves. Like all the single not paired up guys were like vibing with like the non-paired up girls. And it's like, well, this doesn't make any sense because we're like not going to be in the show anyway.
Yeah.
You know? So then I think that's why a lot of people have been asking like, oh, the cast is kind of split. Well, yeah, because like the cast gravitated towards like who they gravitated towards. The people that were in the house the whole time and got to spend all that time together obviously got closer, and then obviously the people that weren't got closer because we were also, you know, got to spend the time together. But it's not like anyone hates each other, but it's just like who people gravitated towards obviously and got to spend the most time.
Definitely changed how the voting would work at the end. Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole nother topic.
Well, we will get
we're
there.
Gonna get to it.
How riveting was this conversation?
Have you ever seen Whales?
Yeah, not live though.
Not live though. Talking about whales with Louie. You guys talked about whales. You said, have you ever seen
that conversation even I'm telling you right now, and I'm sorry, this is gonna sound so conceited, but I only really watched when I was on the screen. And
you were on the screen. You said, Louie, have you ever seen Whales? And he said, no, not live though. So, you know, you were talking.
And of course you were confused by him saying that. You're like, what do you mean not live?
Okay, so one thing that Louie and I actually really did bond over is the fact that we love animals. So what was kind of funny, what people don't know about me, on Temptation Island, the first like 2 weeks of filming, I was like playing with geckos and like I'm just a very like I love nature and animals. And none of that was shown. So people don't know that about me. And so we bonded over that because I'm like, oh, if you could have like any like dream job, what would it be? And he was like, if I wasn't on TV and doing like what I'm doing, like I would be like a zookeeper.
A zookeeper.
I would watch that.
And every time that we would like have a conversation, we'd like talk about animals and he would tell me like animal facts. And the funny part about it was like I was trying to like get to know him then when we had established essentially that like we weren't going to pair up in that way. Like I was like trying to get to know him as a person then beyond just like animals and like being sporadic people, because we can vibe and like we had such good banter, but like beyond that it never got like into a deep conversation because he just like would revert back. And so the funny like ongoing joke between me and like my girlfriends from the show, I'm like, he just kept asking me what my favorite animal is like over and over again, and like would forget. Like he had one question he would ask me and he'd forget the answer to it every single time. And he asked me what my favorite animal was, and it's turtles, by the way. If you're watching this, Louie, it's just fucking turtles.
What's your favorite animal? I can't.
Turtles. I love turtles.
The zookeeper, I was thinking it's got to be between that and astronaut or something is what he was going to choose. So.
No, that man needs constant attention. He would lose his shit.
It's like a cute, like childlike answer to say zookeeper.
No, I do believe him though. I think he really does love animals. Like he has animal facts, and that's the thing. So I kept asking him, I'm like, okay, this animal, tell me a fun fact. and he would know off the top of his head, like a fun fact about whatever animal you ask him. So
wow, it's like an encyclopedia. Okay.
All right.
If we get Louie on, we're gonna have to ask him animal facts.
Yeah.
But don't tell him I told you. Just like ask him like about a random animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get to the final ceremony, Madison yesterday revealed that Jalen was removed from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak on this at all?
I would prefer not to.
Okay.
That's something that, I mean, I'm not sure what she said. I think that's above my pay grade. I personally have no problems with Jalen. I like him as a person, and I don't like to speak on things I don't have hard evidence or facts on, so that I will just let that one I don't want to speak on.
That's fair.
Totally fair.
Thank you.
So what was this final voting ceremony thing like for you?
It was interesting. I think what people, and even like our castmates who were in the house, didn't quite grasp and understand was that our vote was just as important as their vote. I think that was like something they actually like did not understand, because it was like said out loud a couple times, and I was like, okay. Without throwing anybody under the bus, that was quite literally said out loud, like, your votes like really don't matter. And we were like, wait, but like carry the one, we have more people that, like.
Wait, who said that?
I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus, but I just wanted you to be like, no, like that was actually said out loud, like, oh, like your votes don't really like matter. And we were like, what do you mean? Like there's a lot of us out here, like our votes matter. So
and someone that potentially needed your vote said that.
Potentially.
Okay.
Maybe. And
sounds
so,
like Sandy. I'm just,
what
I'm just gonna throw out my speculation.
What's hard as a bombshell, one of the people outside of the house, we really didn't get to witness the unfolding of everybody's relationship, and we really didn't know the intricacies and like what actually happened and what arguments were actually happening and what was valid and what wasn't valid, or like who was being dramatic or who was like making stuff up. Like all we knew was what we were being told. And so I think that's a hard part about being outside and then having to vote. And a lot of people were confused on how, Lucy and Daniel won, because they're like, well, it seems like they were really toxic, but it's like from the outside view, everybody seemed toxic.
Sure.
All we saw when we go in as a bombshell is like them arguing or them yelling at each other, or people crying or girls crying, and that's all we're seeing. So it's like, well, how do we vote if we don't actually know beyond that? And it was hard, because from an outside point of view, like they did seem pretty cute. But it's like, but we've also,
and there was all the marketing beforehand.
We saw the bad sides of Daniel. We saw the bad sides of Ollie. We saw the bad sides of Louie. We saw the bad sides of everyone. I mean, except Freddie. Freddie's a God-sent angel from above. But do we think that they were the perfect match necessarily either?
You are one of the few people that we saw your vote, so we know that you voted for Daniel and Lucy. Why did you vote for them over AD and Ollie?
I remember saying out loud in the boardroom that I felt when I witnessed their, not that I didn't feel like their connection was genuine, because I actually like did. I just felt like it was really toxic from what I saw. So what I had experienced and what nobody saw at the boys' day was like a very like toxic looking scenario from the outside point of view, right? And it's like, I'm not trying to like be all up in their business and like whatever, but that's all I got to see. So like, did I want to vote for them in that way? No.
What seemed toxic about it?
Just
like the interactions of that day, I think.
Olivia spoke on it a little bit in her.
Okay, what did she say?
Just I think it was just more of like tonal of like the way Ollie was talking down to AD a little bit.
Maybe, yeah. And just I think a little bit of a double standard from my perspective. It was definitely a unique scenario that AD and Ollie were at the same mixer. Like that was obviously like, I don't know, supposed to be like a curveball or whatever because they had been split up on purpose and then now she's back. But it's like, if she wasn't there, do I think the day would have gone really different? Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about AD and Ollie after watching the show?
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't be anything but happy for them. They're engaged, getting ready to get married, have a kid on the way. So it's like you can only wish the best for people. I don't know the insides and out of their relationship, and I only know what I was told, and I only know what I personally witnessed. And every relationship has its own like discrepancies, I suppose. So who am I to judge, right? I don't know them on that level. So I'm happy for them. If they're happy, then I'm happy for them. But I don't know, just I think maybe what throws me for a loop sometimes is the UK banter or like their humor. Like he says something sometimes, and like if a man ever said that, like I would legitimately like whoop their ass. But I mean, like that's me personally. I'm just like a feisty one. I think AD is too. I
yeah, I do too. Yeah.
She's a bit feisty.
Who do you think would have won if all of the final couples were included in the voting?
Oh yeah, that was a curveball, huh? At the
Yeah,
end. We're all like, what? Personally, I think Rachel and Ray. Because I think their dynamic was very organic and it wasn't forced. I will say, you know, Rachel came in with me on the first date day into the house, and she was just like, I had not watched I had no idea who she was, but I thought she was very bubbly and just very like genuine and sweet, and I do still feel that way. And Ray, when I met Ray, I actually vibed hella with Ray, and like during that big mixer, I think Louie actually got like jealous at one point because I was like vibing with Ray so much that he like cut off my conversation. No one knows that, but yeah, Ray is like super cool. Like that's the homie. Like I love Ray. So I think the fact that their dynamic was really organic and it wasn't like, oh, we're trying to just like win this thing. I think that's what like separated that from like we're locked in from day one look, and then it's like we messed up along the way, but like we were able to overcome it. And it just felt like it was like so like performative. I'm like, you know, I like real. I'm very honest. I'm very real. So like even me just saying like, yeah, I feel like Louie and I would have had a better time because I do genuinely feel that way, like for what it was for the experience. So for him to sit there and in my face be like, I found my perfect match for this experience. I'm like, no, babe, you didn't.
It sounds a lot like how
you know that too.
It sounds a lot like how season 1 went down, because we talked with some cast members from that season, and Nick Ulan, who was one of the people who mentioned that the reason nobody voted for Joey and Carousel was because they all saw it as just performative, and it rubbed them the wrong way. So they just voted for someone else instead.
Yeah, there's a balance. I think there's got to be a balance of being like authentic with it, and then also obviously it's a show, so we're having fun. It's supposed to be entertaining, like spice things up a little when the time is right, but it's like also like it has to be a little bit authentic for it to feel authentic. So yeah, when things feel too performative, like even as a castmate, you're kind of like,
yeah, the bullshit.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to translate, but like, best of luck to you.
Earlier, you seemed to say that you had like a problem with the whole voting process. What's your beef with it?
It's, I don't know. I love the idea and the concept of perfect match. When I was in my interviews for the show, like I was like, this is literally like my favorite show and I love it and it means a lot to me. So to be a part of it, like it would be like really, really cool and really would mean a lot to me. And I just feel like it's almost too predictable. Like you can like the ending vote is like too predictable based on what the castmates like are personally feeling, or if there's like a personal beef. What's like, I don't know. I really like the concept of Love Island. I think they do it really well of like having the audience help with voting and help influence that. And I think it brings like that feeling of they're more connected to it. I think that's lacking in this type of scenario. And I don't know. Also, I feel when you're comparing it to a show like that, you don't have enough time to really develop the characters of the show. So for someone like me specifically, I got a lot of feedback, and it's like, oh, she just came on again. She's like this sexy vixen who's going to steal your man. And like, that's all we know about Alex. And so when everybody is bringing me on their podcast, and now it's like, I'm like more active on social media, they're like, oh wait, there's like you're actually cool too. You're not just that. But like we would have never known that. So I think like there needs to be like a longer timeline of where you have more time to get to know everybody, so then you actually feel invested. Because it's like everyone said for me, they're like, well, you're hot, you're like, you seem cool enough, and like your dynamic with Louie is really good, and they would have liked to see more of it. But it's like we never got to, so we weren't even like thinking that you were gonna be any important part of the show. Like already from the first date. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it would be fun to see like a longer version of the show. I think that would make the dynamic more interesting. Yeah.
How long total do they shoot for?
I believe like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty short.
Yeah.
But like with the amount of like footage, even it's just like you don't get to see that much, right? Like you guys saw the conversations about threesomes, and that's it. Like you're like, oh, that's all your conversations, like multiple in that one episode, and like that's all you got to see about me. Like you think about how many conversations I had in that night, and how much really like I got to like talk about.
Yeah, you probably talked about foursomes and fivesomes too. You know, like, we missed all of it.
There you go. I feel like one connection that not a lot of people would expect. I actually like feel like I got along with like some like Freddie the most. Like he was really the only person that asked me questions about myself.
That's what other people have said.
Yeah. Everybody's been saying that he's the only guy that was like not rude and like coming up to them and asking about their lives, and
just like a very sweet human being. And I think, well, first of all, I'm like, why are you on reality TV? Because you're just like the most precious human being. But I think, yeah, like the guys almost felt like the divas there. Sometimes it felt like they were the females like trying to be pursued, but it's like you need to like ask me about myself also. Like I don't want to like lead this. I kind of, I don't know.
right.
Well, they were like, we finally don't have to some of these days. We can finally do the absolute bare minimum, actually. Yeah.
And that's what I just wanted to bring that up, because a lot of people are like, oh, Alex, right, based on like what you've seen on TV, like Alex is a bad person. But it's like, I can actually get along with people who are like, I'm not a bad person. It's just like you've just seen very small snippets of like who I am. You know,
ignore the haters. I know it's impossible.
Yeah.
But
folks, Alex is not a bad person.
But I'm saying like someone like Freddie wouldn't like think that I'm a good person. Like I feel like if like I wasn't necessarily.
Freddie believes in the good in all of us. Okay, Freddie's the team.
We all have to channel our inner Freddie.
Yeah,
you know?
We should all be more like Freddie.
If we do that, the world will be a better place.
We should all be hotter. So we. Well, Alex.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, this has been very fun. Do you think you'll do reality TV again? Would you like to?
I'm open to it. Yeah, it just has to make sense. I think I would find like an OG cast. Then
yeah, that would be better.
I don't want to be a bombshell anymore. I don't want to like steal people's mans. Try to steal my man this time, maybe.
Would you go on Temptation Island with a partner and be on the other side of it?
If the relationship was fake, yeah.
So you would.
I love that answer. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. That show specifically is just
insane. It's crazy.
The concept of it is so juicy and crazy.
It's so good.
They're getting ready to film season 2 right now. So I'm
excited.
gonna say a prayer for everyone on their way to Hawaii. I'm gonna say a prayer.
It's genuinely one of our favorite shows.
It's freaking crazy. But then like my season wasn't the first crazy one. It's just the first one on Netflix that everyone was like, whoa.
Oh yeah. We're long time fans. Yeah. So where can people find you online if they want to know that you're not just a threesome having man stealer?
Damn, ouch.
No, I'm saying they want to learn more about you.
Yeah,
they want to know the
real
real
Alex.
Thanks.
That was a kind thing.
My Instagram is I am Alex Zamora, ALEXZAMORA.
Yes, go follow her. Learn about the real Alex. Okay, don't trust these editors. Say nice things.
They do a great job though. They make me very hateable. So it's
we never thought that.
We never. No. We thought you were a great character.
Yeah, we liked you. Yeah. But we're great people. We're the Freddys of the world, Yeah.
We channel our inner Freddy.
Yeah.
So we can.
We're like a step below Freddy. No, only Freddy is Freddy, and we're all
That's true.
below him. Well, thank you for joining us today. For everyone else, we're going to be back tomorrow recapping Love is Blind UK Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. And be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/realityalert. Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.